Tornadoes are spinning columns of air, nature's most powerful and dangerous storms. They appear as giant, dark funnel clouds reaching from the sky to the ground, moving with great speed and force. Tornadoes happen worldwide, but are most common in Tornado Alley, USA. A greenish sky can signal a tornado is forming. People in these areas watch the weather closely, especially in spring and summer. Tornadoes start when warm, moist air meets cold, dry air. Warm, wet air, often from the Gulf of Mexico, rises because it's lighter. Cold, dry air from the north is heavier and stays near the ground. These air masses don't mix easily, creating a boundary in the sky. Where they meet, the atmosphere becomes unstable and energetic. This instability forms large thunderstorms called supercells. Supercells are the parent storms where most strong tornadoes are born. Warm air rises quickly, creating an updraft that powers the storm. This updraft pulls in more warm, moist air, making the storm stronger and setting the stage for tornado formation. Inside the giant supercell thunderstorm, something amazing starts to happen. The air begins to spin. This happens because of something called wind shear. Wind shear occurs when the wind is blowing at different speeds or in different directions at different heights. For example, the wind near the ground might be blowing slowly from the southeast, but a few thousand feet higher, the wind might be blowing very fast from the west. This difference in wind speed and direction creates a rolling horizontal tube of air in the sky. It spins like a log rolling on the ground, but it is invisible and floats high above. This rolling tube of air is still horizontal, spinning parallel to the ground. But the powerful updraft inside the thunderstorm can change that. Remember, the updraft is the strong current of warm air rising into the storm. As this updraft pulls more air into the cloud, it can tilt the spinning tube of air. It pulls one end of the tube up into the storm cloud. Now, the spinning column of air is no longer horizontal, it is vertical. This creates a wide, rotating column of air inside the storm known as a mesocyclone. The mesocyclone can be several miles wide and is the heart of the tornado-producing storm. Once the mesocyclone is formed and spinning vertically, it can become stronger and tighter. The storm's powerful rotation pulls more air inward, causing the spin to get faster and faster. Think of an ice skater pulling their arms in to spin more quickly. The same thing happens inside the storm. As the rotation tightens, a funnel cloud may start to form. A funnel cloud is a cone-shaped cloud that extends downward from the base of the thunderstorm. It is made of water droplets and is the visible part of the tornado starting to take shape. At this point, it is not yet a tornado because it has not touched the ground. The final step is for the funnel cloud to descend and make contact with the earth. As the rotation continues to intensify, the tip of the funnel cloud stretches lower and lower toward the ground. When it finally touches down, it officially becomes a tornado. The moment it makes contact, it often kicks up a cloud of dust and debris which makes the bottom of the funnel visible. Now, the tornado is a complete, powerful vortex connecting the storm cloud above with the ground below. It is ready to begin its journey across the land, powered by the massive energy of the supercell thunderstorm. Once a tornado is on the ground, it starts to move. The movement of the tornado is guided by the larger thunderstorm that created it. Most tornadoes in the northern hemisphere travel from the southwest to the northeast. Their forward speed can vary greatly. Some tornadoes move slowly at about 10 miles per hour, while others can race across the landscape at speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. The path a tornado takes can be unpredictable. It might travel in a straight line for miles, or it could curve and change direction suddenly. The spinning winds inside the funnel are even faster, sometimes reaching over 300 miles per hour in the most violent tornadoes. The damage a tornado causes is due to the combination of its incredibly fast winds and the strong updraft at its center. The powerful rotating winds can tear buildings apart piece by piece. They can snap large trees in half, toss cars and trucks through the air like toys, and turn everyday objects into dangerous flying projectiles. The low pressure inside the funnel also creates a lifting force, like a giant vacuum cleaner. This suction can pull roofs off houses and lift heavy objects off the ground. The path of destruction can be very narrow or more than a mile wide, depending on the size and strength of the tornado. Scientists use a scale called the Enhanced Fujita Scale, or EF scale, to rate the strength of tornadoes based on the damage they cause. The scale goes from EF0 to EF5. An EF0 tornado is the weakest, with winds between 65 and 85 miles per hour. It might damage tree branches and shingles on a roof. An EF5 tornado is the most violent and rare. With winds over 200 miles per hour, it can completely destroy well-built houses, leaving only the foundation behind. Surveying the damage helps meteorologists understand how powerful the storm was, and helps engineers design stronger buildings for the future. A tornado does not last forever. Most tornadoes are on the ground for only a few minutes. However, some large and powerful tornadoes can last for over an hour. A tornado begins to weaken and die out when its supply of warm, moist air is cut off. The funnel cloud will start to shrink and become thinner and more tilted. It might look like a rope stretching and twisting in the sky. Eventually it will lift back off the ground and disappear back into the storm cloud. Even after the tornado is gone, the parent thunderstorm can still be dangerous and might even produce another tornado. Knowing what to do when a tornado is near is very important for staying safe. Weather forecasters use special tools like Doppler radar to see the rotation inside thunderstorms. When they see conditions that could create a tornado, they issue a tornado watch. A watch means that tornadoes are possible in your area. This is the time to be alert. You should listen to the radio or television for updates and make sure your family has a safety plan. A tornado warning is much more serious. A warning means a tornado has been spotted or the radar shows one is about to form. This means you need to take shelter immediately. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a sturdy shelter, as low to the ground as possible. If you are in a house, go to the basement or a storm cellar. If you do not have a basement, go to a small, windowless room in the center of the house, like a bathroom or a closet on the lowest floor. Get under something sturdy like a heavy table and cover your head and neck with your arms or a thick blanket. Stay away from windows, doors, and outside walls. The goal is to put as many walls as possible between you and the outside. If you are in a mobile home or a car, you are not safe. These can be easily tossed and destroyed by a tornado. You should leave them immediately and try to get to a sturdy building or a storm shelter. If you are caught outside and cannot get to a safe building, your next best option is to lie flat in a ditch or another low-lying area. Be sure to cover your head and neck with your arms. Do not go under an overpass or a bridge. Wind can be funneled under these structures, making them very dangerous places to be during a tornado. After the tornado has passed, you must still be very careful. There may be dangerous debris, such as broken glass, sharp metal, and downed power lines. Stay away from damaged buildings as they could collapse. It is important to listen to the authorities and wait for them to say it is safe to come out. Tornadoes are a powerful force of nature that we must respect. By understanding how they work and knowing how to prepare, we can help keep ourselves and our families safe from their incredible power. Being prepared is the best way to protect yourself from the storm.